This is the first time in history where I allowed my viewers to bully me for not investing in 𝒟𝒶𝒹𝓎. And rightfully so. Like, I don't blame you guys. The blame is all on me. But with the new cavalry being obvious that they are just not for me, simply for having no AoE, and I'm not a high spender with more than 5 marches, so I don't benefit that much from Belisarius's expertise skill. So the most logical thing for me to do is just invest in 𝒟𝒶𝒹𝓎 and finally get that guy maxed as he should be. Just imagine waiting for months, saving hundreds of gold hits and skipping Hammer Prime and 𝒟𝒶𝒹𝓎 just to end up getting Belisarius Prime. Don't get me wrong, he's actually good. He's very perfect for high spenders and people who swarm shit in KVK. But for me, a guy who loves open field and multiple fighting, it's just like waiting 20 years for marriage and at the very end, end up married to a pimp just because he lied on his Tinder bio. And that is exactly how I feel. And welcome back to one of the most highly anticipated videos by Daddy Furious, the best inscriptions for arch formation. Now I made one of these for wedge formation a couple of months ago, and y'all have been asking me, Daddy Furious, where is the one for arch? Where is the one for sickle formation? Where is the one for testicle formation, right? And all of that. Well, we're gonna go one by one, right? Because I can't fuck 2 bitches at once, so we will do these slowly but surely. Now, with that being said, as I was saying about 𝒟𝒶𝒹𝓎, to maximize Liu's performance, my boy needs to be equipped with arch formation, arch armaments, and inscriptions, right? So today we will talk about what arch inscriptions are the best to prioritize and what to recycle, basically trash. I know I can already see it coming. I can see these comments. One of you is gonna come here and tell me, well, as a matter of fact, you cannot prioritize inscriptions because they are randomly given to you. Now, that is true, you're right, but you are missing the point here. You will get inscriptions eventually, meaning you will get them at some point, right? And you will get them from daily travels, from opening chests, or whatever. And all I'm here to do is simply to tell you which ones are the best to keep and which ones to recycle. Well, shake my booty and make me sing Shakira, Shakira. Without any further, let's get to business. So we will start in order of the best and then go to decent and then at the end to trash, just like the last one we made for wedge formation. Right, starting with the first armament, which is Northern Parchment. The best inscriptions here are in this order. First, Destructive. Now this is one of the best alongside Hunter, which you can buy from KVK shop with 1 KVK coin, but you must get Outarch, meaning your kingdom or your camp must win KVK and hold the final ziggurat. And if you don't know how, just spin the wheel of ziggurat. The second best inscription here is Battle Ready. Now this one is an epic inscription, and basically it's a mini version of Destructive, and you can get epic inscriptions every 150 times you open or you get legendary armaments. And to see your progress, you can just go to your armaments and then click on the top right corner on that icon, and then just scroll down, and you see here at the very end at the paragraph 6, you will see where you are currently at. For example, for me, it's 98, meaning after 98 more legendary armaments, I have a guaranteed chance of getting a rare or an epic inscription. And this number is different for every formation. For example, for wedge right now, it's 98, and if you go to arch formation, it's 73. Right, moving to third best inscription here, it's Ward, then we have Robust, then Breaker, and then Bellicose. Now, these are 6 inscriptions that we have in the best tier in order, right? Now, moving to the next tier, which is Decent. And even in this tier, we have good and bad armaments, and we will always start with the good ones. So, number 1 is Valiant, then we have Well Clad, then Calm, Iron Wall, Pulverize, Onslaught, Warcry, Phalanx, Tremors, Retaliation, Combo, and Enraged. Now you see, Combo and Enraged, these are one of the best inscriptions for wedge formation because they increase skill damage, right? They contribute to the armament. But here in arch formation, well, they are just as useless as a dildo to a straight man. Because in arch formation, we have very limited combination pairing of commanders that these 2 inscriptions can work with. For example, 𝒟𝒶𝒹𝓎 primary and CP prime secondary. Now I don't know who the hell uses this combination because it should be the other way around, but apparently some people do. And in that case, when 𝒟𝒶𝒹𝓎 does his active skill, then CP prime uses his skill damage and it's boosted by 8% thanks to combo inscription. So only in this few limited situation, these 2 inscriptions can work very good, but but just because they're limited, I'm gonna put them at the very last in the decent tier. However, in the wedge formation, I would say combo is the best inscription after Hunter, because for example for 𝒟𝒹𝒹𝓎 with 𝒟𝒹 Prime March, if you put combo on them, then 𝒟𝒹's prime active skill is going to be increased by 8%, and she does that 2 times, so it's huge, it's huge. Anyways, back to Arch, the last tier in the Northern Parchment armament is trash. So in this tier we have Swift, Payback, Hurried, and Loosed. Basically damage to barbarians and march speed, and Loosed, which includes V formation in Arch formation. What the hell? By the way, before we move to the next armament, let's just go a little back to the decent tier in this armament in Calm, right? The Calm inscription. Now when, for example, let's imagine Scipio with Liu March, and when Scipio does his direct damage, his skill damage, the next 3 seconds, Liu's active skill is boosted by 10% attack, right? Now, attack contributes to both skill damage and smite damage, so that's very good in my opinion, but there's only 30% chance, but I'll take it. Right, moving to the next armament, which is Horn of the Norse. In the best tier, we have a Straight to the Point, which is a legendary inscription, and you can buy it by recycling your legendary armaments about 180 times till you get 180 coins, right? Which you can buy 1 pass, and when you have 8 of these passes, you can go to the shop and buy these legendary inscriptions. So I know it's a bit hard to get, it takes a lot of time for free-to-plays, but for people who spend a lot and they buy armament chests, right, so they can keep recycling these fast and get to that 8 passes, 8 tokens quite faster. So if you're free to play,
get wrecked, nerd.
The second best inscription here is Even Kneeled. Kneeled? What the hell is that name? So what does that mean? Like I'm like my knees are even? Bro, where do they keep finding these names, bruh? Anyway, Even, Killed, Kneeled, whatever. That is a rare inscription, and like I said, you have a guaranteed chance of getting one of these after receiving 150 times a legendary armament. The third best inscription on the list is Uplifting. Now this one is also really good if you're rallying or doing garrison. Next we have Fit, like Fitness, which is 3.5% health stat, and then we have Respite, and then Bluster. Moving to the decent tier, starting with the good ones, we have Fearsome, Armored, Warhunger, Patronage, Spirited, Guarded, Brutal, Embattled, Alert, Evasive, Requital, Vengeful, Primed, and Devious. Now from here, one of the ones that I like is Patronage, because whenever you get Heal or Shield, you do 2% extra damage or all damage for 3 seconds, right? And this is good for marches like Scipio with Liu or Liu with Alex. And then moving to the trash tier, we have Fine Horse, which is march speed, and Annexer, which is damage to barbarians. Straight to the trash can. Moving to the next armament, which is Battle Standard of the Norse. Bro, is this Game of Thrones or what? In the best tier, we have only 3 inscriptions, starting with the best, which is Invincible, and you can buy that, again like I said, with 8 tokens, which takes a lot of time for free-to-plays to take. So anyways, Invincible, the best, and then we have Unswearing, Unswearing. I know for a fact I just decimated this word, the whole language, the whole country of England. I'm really sorry, but what are these names, bro? Anyways, Unswerving, and then we have Vitality. Moving to the decent tier, starting with the best ones, with the good ones, like always, we have Warflames, Metallics, a Striker, Assertive. Now Assertive only works on the map, so it doesn't work in a garrison, which means you have to be on the field or in a rally. Then we have Eclipsed, Brave, Strategic, Spiked, Desperado, Cohesive. Now Cohesive is good for cheeseburgering or city hopping, if you will. Now personally I don't like that way of fighting, but if that's your thing, then by all means, be my guest. Right, after Cohesive, we have Siege Work, Sentries, Rebuff, Brawler, Pursuer, and Vary. And in the garbage tier, we have Galloping, March Speed, we have Cleanser, Damage to Barbarians, and we have Ballistics. Again, V formation. Bro, what are you doing here, man? Can somebody with no anger issues please explain to me what the hell is V formation doing here? Like it did in the Wedge formation, right? Like, what's your business here, man? For whatever reason, when I see that, my dick rises down and my heart pressure rises up. I lose my mind, just like a caveman discovering fire for the first time. And last but not the least, we have Emblem of the Norse, the last armament in Arch formation. So, in the best tier, we have Fearless, then we have Forceful, then Smite, and then Hardy. Moving to the decent tier, we have Rapacious, Elite, Shielded, Militant, Watchman, Infamy, Evasive, Deflector, Guardians, Enduring, Resistant, Counterer, Artisan, and Daring. Now, just like the first armament, we have Artisan and Daring at the last spot, just because they increase skill damage, and we don't really need that here. And at last, the trash tier. Hey, you already know what time it is. We have Haste, Pacifier, and Line Shot. If you get them, I feel sorry for you, my boy, truly, but you know what to do. Alright guys, that was pretty much my ranking for the Arch Inscriptions. Let me know if you enjoyed it, and if you want more of this series. I'm pretty sure the most used formations are Wedge and Arch, and then maybe Huddle Square for defending something, right? Or for just reducing damage if you're rallying, if you're garrisoning. But it's not that popular compared to Arch and Wedge. But if you want one, if you want a tutorial, a guide, then I can surely make one, no problem. Right, that was pretty much it. Until next time, take care, and I will see you very soon. Cheers! That wasn't even close, bro. Like, was that close?